We're live. We are. Okay. Welcome. I'm going to start to wait at this moment for a few people to join me. And let's just see what we have. Elise, hello. How are you doing? I am so happy to see you. Stacy and Sherry, hello guys. Yep, so every day's a new day in Triskel Odyssey. So I'm hoping that y'all can join me for 30 minutes or so. Oh, Kimberly, me too, me too. And so we're just focusing. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, my birthday was amazing. I have to say, it was one of my better birthdays. Every year it gets better and better, but this one was really nice. So thank you for remembering that and, yeah, telling me. I think birthdays are very special. Hey, Linda. Sam, hi. So I'm bringing rubies to the show. We sell them, you know, here and there, but I felt like it was an opportunity for me to bring a select lot of rubies for everyone. They're $10 a piece. So not a really big commitment, something for everyone. And I've put on the table only those that had a record keeper. So if you're interested, you know that you're welcome to choose one or two. If not, if it's not in the, yep, record keeper ruby. If it's not in the cards today, then I hope you stay with us and just sit and talk about rubies and what you know, what you don't know, what you like about them, what you don't like about them. Anything that the group can share in. It's not about me, for sure. It's about introducing these lovely bits. So Elise is going to take number 2. Okay, so Elise, let me just show you quickly what number 2 would look like close up. So let me just show you this. This is number 2. So this one does have some really nice characteristics. So that's number 2, and that's for Elise. So thank you. So I'll write this down. Sherry, do you want to see number 5? Okay. Let me put that in the light to show you what that looks like. Okay. Gonna wait for it to come around. They are UV. Yeah. Oh, and I left my Wendell. Can you give me the UV flashlight, please? My trusty sidekick. Wendell is the guy. So let's see what we have here. Hey, Brianna. You keep hearing 5. Okay, well, listen. Somebody is out there talking to you. It's either your spirit or mine. So Kimberly's going to take... I don't have a 17. I have 16. It goes to 16. Right? All right. Okay, so number 5. Here we go, number 5. So this is number 5. This is for Sherry. It's hard to turn these around in my hand here. So this is for Sherry. That's number 5. So let me know what you think, Sherry. And then let's see. So Kimberly, I don't have a 17, hun. So let me know which one we need to pick up. So Cole wants to see 16. I'm going to take 16 off the table before we even get there. This is 16. This is for Cole. That's 16, Cole. Angel, hello. Yeah, the 222 portal. I know, it's amazing right now. The 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 things that happened to me today were just so quirky and out of character, and I was really surprised at how well I bounced back from it. I think any other given day I would have been really anxious about what happened. I actually at work I missed a meeting that I called. I took a late lunch and thought the meeting was 30 minutes after it actually started, and came into the office, and they're like, "Are you joining the meeting?" I'm like, "Oh my gosh, 30 minutes late." That is so unlike me. So 11 is for Monica. I'm just going to show Monica. This is 11. So I can't seem to get Wendell to help me with a UV light. So that's 11, Monica. Hopefully Wendell's listening to the show. And this is 12. I really like that side. I should have turned that over at the beginning. They're $10 each. All of them are $10, Brianna. Everything on the table is $10. Number 5 sold for Sherry. I'm going to just go ahead and take that off the table. That way we can get that off and out of its way. But yeah, Sam, rubies are UV reflective. $16. I do have 16. Okay, let me find 16. So this is 16, Kimberly. We actually buried rubies in the foundation of our property. So they're such a strong crystal for the heart chakra. And I really have strong beliefs that this will bring about love and compassion in the home. I seriously believe that. So I'm going to go ahead and put 16 down. Just let me know, Kimberly. Ah, I'm so happy you're here, Angel. So Cole's going to take 16. Yeah, I did show that to Cole. Thank you, Cole. And they're $10 each. So there's not a big commitment. Oh, Alan, you went to the beach. Oh, it was actually a really nice day today. We're about to get a really bad weather tomorrow. So we have late fall today, and tomorrow it's supposed to be dead winter. So that's just being in Southeast Texas. You just never know. Number 12 for Monica. You got it, hon. Let me see where number 12 is. There it is. Got it. Thank you, Monica. Yeah, so we're expecting some really bad weather. I mean, it's such an alarming thing that we're actually having weather advisories. So Sam's been having a lot of negative energy. You know, that's the most important thing, Sam, I think, is that when your intuition is sound and all of your spidey senses are active, that's when you really can recognize the people are out there to try to do you harm, intentionally or not. And it sometimes motive does matter. However, the result is the same, right? So if somebody intentionally harms you, you know, if we'll just say that somebody hits you in the face, if they intentionally do it, or if they're just swinging wildly and they do it, either way, the result is you're in pain, right? So motives sometimes do matter. A lot of it is in your reaction. However, when you're in the mode and in the awareness of something is happening and somebody's trying to put out negative energy, whether deliberately or not, whether by their internal actions or external actions, the result's still the same. So I really like your approach is that you see them, right? And seeing them means that you are more aware and on guard, and that doesn't necessarily mean you can't let in positive light. It just means that you recognize immediately the negative. And that's how you protect yourself. Yeah. I'm so sorry, Kimberly. Yes, Cole did get it before you. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Stacy, number 8. Here we go, number 8. This one actually, look at it has the record keepers in there. I can see them immediately. So when I first got these in and I washed them off, I mean, of course, the record keepers themselves are already so pronounced. I do have a 13. I do. And that was on number 8. I'm just going to reach across there and excuse my arms, guys. Number 13, Elise, I'll show that to you. There we go. Oh, this one's really nice too. Yeah, I think there's a lot of people that are frazzled right now. So sometimes they'll put out some intentions. It's almost like they're not responsible with their energy, right? So it's like they're just throwing out wild darts and not even realizing the soft human element that they're hitting. And so they're just lashing out almost like a child, you know. They're not responsible. Let me say that in another way. They are responsible for their actions, but they're not acting responsibly. Hi, Michelle. Okay, yeah. I'm not sure. I'm not sure, hon. But everything is $10 each. Yep, and not a problem. I understand there is a delay behind the chat. Yeah, you can actually see that I'm not in sync. That's why I can't watch my mouth moving, because then it'll totally throw me off. So that's really funny that you say that, Sam, because I understand the reasoning behind that. So I understand why you would try to help people, and that's, you know, that we use the word light worker, and I really think that there's a select group of individuals in the world right now that have they're either already awakened, are starting that journey. And then there's some that you know you can't come in contact with. You just know that they need help, and you think that giving them a tool that will help them is going to. Some of these crystals are just moving around. Will assist them in their journey. And Sam, it's almost like you've reversed their progress. My belief in cases like that, I think they're resistant to it. So, and I think they're scared, and they really don't know how to embrace that change in themselves, because it is, I mean, when you step off that ledge into embracing crystals and the divine and the universe and your spirit guides, it is scary. It's making people not being aware of what's going on. Ah, you sure can, hon. Sorry. I saw your comment. So we're moving towards the crystals again. And so I think that shouldn't stop you, Sam, but I really think it should encourage you because you're making a difference. You're shaking them up. You know, you're really shaking them up. You're making them think, and maybe not in the result that you want or would expect in someone like you, but it's giving them a jolt to their emotional body. It's almost like you're shattering their comfort level a little bit. So I would recommend you still, if you're being called to give somebody a crystal, I would still suggest you do that. Oh, right, Sherry. Yeah, Sherry lives not too far from me, and so we went and got groceries, and we're stocked up pretty well. We always are, but it's just like it's not that I'm worried about the grid going down or us losing power or anything like that. I'm just worried about, the people that panic and go clean out the grocery shelves. Oh, Michelle, I would love to choose one for you. Ah, my lucky number. One of them, 7. So let me show you what 7 looks like here. If I can get, I'm going to try not to put it on the close-up. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Love it. Thank you, Michelle, for allowing me to choose that for you. And it's a beautiful stone as well as one of my lucky numbers. I have several. Actually, I have 3 lucky numbers. Stacy, thank you, hon. Ooh, this one's got a really deep record keeper. Let me show you. Thank you, Stacy. So in my next setup, I'm going to have another table, I think, to put behind me. $13 for Ellen. Thank you, Ellen. Oh, the garnet. Yeah. I actually did get some more in from RWANDA. Oh, Andy, of course. And I'm going to see you on Saturday, I hope. Um, so there's one that when I put out, Andy, that I really, when I put it on the table, I even actually showed it to Wendell. And it's one that has, and I'm going to show this to you. Guys, just let me go close up just for a minute. So I want to show this to Andy. So this one has, I'm going to say it's almost like a twin, but it's more of a mothering. So the mother has taken on the child, and it's in a very protective state. So Andy, I think that this one is really someone, a crystal that I think is appropriate for you at this stage. So thank you, Andy, very much for allowing me to do that. They are amazing. And I love it because they're $10. They're $10. It's just, how can that be? That you can get something so beautiful. And that one was 9. And it's a good number too. I like prime numbers. Oh, man. I'm sorry, Michelle. Yeah, I've had a few bouts with my children in the past, so I can imagine. Linda, yes, we do have a few left, absolutely. And I see one that I personally think would fit you. Um, these keep moving. I'm not sure that's kind of odd that those two are trying to travel off the table. Oh, seven's gone. Yep, nine's gone. Eight's gone. Number one. Number one for Cole. Let's see what number one has. All right, so let me just going to go ahead and move the camera here because it gives a little bit better view. I think I may, next time we'll do a different picture-in-picture for sure. I'll use the phone camera for the part of the picture-in-picture. This is number one, that's for Cole. Okay, there we go. Okay, let's see, I'm gonna put number one back. Sold number one, okay, yeah. Oh, 11 and 14. 11 and 14 for Linda. Thank you, Linda. Linda! I swear, you and I have something going on, and it's going to be because it is, the other day when you were on the show and I saw a crystal and thought of you. 14, Linda. I'm going to show you why I think 14 is meant for you. Okay, so hold on. I was looking at it when you came on, and you actually were looking at another crystal. But I have to show this to Linda. So Linda, this is what was looking at me from my viewpoint for number 14. Can you see that? That triangle, that is amazing. It's so prominent. That's number 14. It's really cool. Number 9's gone, Brianna. I'm so sorry. Yeah. Oh, okay. So 8 is gone, Kimberly. Okay, so I'm getting my face right in the camera. I'm trying to look over here. So Kimberly, number 3 is the one I was trying to see, peering over. So hold on, let me show you. Let me show you. Okay, hold on. Look at it. Oh, hold on. Let me get this little pointer. Look at right there. And right there. It has such graceful lines. I love the size. But look at that. It's got 1, 2, 3. 3 layers. That's really nice. And thank you, Kimberly. And that was number 3. Okay. And then Cole's going to take number 1. Nice. Thank you, Cole. Oh yeah, I'm actually taking a little bit of time. The lag's in the chat, not the video. Yeah, so I'm not getting to y'all as quickly as probably what you would hope. I'm trying to take some time to reply back to all the comments. Yeah, it is beautiful. Okay, did you see it? Nice, nice. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my face out of the camera, and so we can just focus on the crystals. just a little bit. The crystals are the reason, right? Not so much me. So what I was going to, my meaning here was to talk about the rubies. And one thing I think is really important about the ruby, and that we have an opportunity to connect with, is that it works on our heart chakra. And that is something we all need right now. We need to have our hearts open to others and ourselves, be a little bit more kinder to ourselves. Hey Maribel, how you doing, hon? So Maribel, we're talking about rubies. And everything that the ruby can bring to us. And I really think that it helps us find harmony, because when your heart's open, I mean, things just flow better, right? I mean, when you're in a good mood, when you're filled with love, doesn't everything just seem to be brighter? And doesn't the people that you meet seem to be kinder? I mean, that's how I see it. You know, it just seems to work out that way for me. Um, it's almost like your life is just a little bit sunnier, and I think that Ruby does that for us um, in so many ways. So there's a lot of blank space, Maribel, but it's because we had quite a few rubies get taken home. But we do still have a few left, and they're $10 each if you're interested. Um, it's something that I brought in specifically for our focal night, because they do emanate such strong energies. Um, and it's kind of funny that that word's used a lot in the crystal world, in the metaphysical world, but it's a true statement when you look at ruby. Um, One of the more scientific aspects of ruby is that it's just a step below in hardness from a diamond. So it's probably one of the harder stones that you can get out there, and it's been used for centuries from so many kings and queens. I actually read recently about ruby is that in Miramar, earlier in thousands of years ago, they believed that if you embedded a ruby into underneath your skin, it would protect you from any type of disease. So now I don't recommend that at all, but that just goes to show you how it's been around for so many centuries. And as a matter of fact, the word ruby in Latin just means red. And so for many years, centuries, any stone that was red was called a ruby, including gardens. So garnet was considered to be a ruby because it was red. Um, but more than just that, the sacred geometry of the hexagon, and when you add to it the fact that it has a record keeper, it stores ancient memories, and it actually connects you to not only this world, but it can actually consider itself to be a bridge. Uh, yes. Yeah, I'm really happy that you showed up too as well, Kimberly. And I'm really happy that you got number 3, because I think you're going to be really happy with it. It's got such sparkle. I'm just looking at it behind. Um, oh yeah, yeah. No, it's well. We all have. It exists within all of us, Kimberly, and I'm just happy that I have a place that. Oh, Michelle, I'm just happy that I have this moment to share with you. What I've learned about crystals, and you know um, the opportunity to share them with you. Oh, Cole, let me show you. Okay, so Cole wants to see number 6. So I'm going to change the viewpoint guys, just so that I can do a close-up for Cole. So, Cole, look at this. Can you see? Hold on. I'm trying to get it to where you can actually see what I'm seeing. Okay. So it actually has two layers here. So it has this layer, and then behind it, it's another layer. So it's the record keeper on top of another record keeper. There's several. And then on this side, this one has, this is the beginning of it right there. This one has a larger record keeper. It almost covers the entire surface of that hexagon. It's just a little bit of an edge, and then it would be covering the whole thing. That is number 6. So the record keeper is the triangular aspect of the ruby hexagon, and a lot of crystals do have record keepers, and the record keeper is, let me tell you exactly what it is. So it has a crystalline structure, and anytime, sorry, my nose is itching. I think somebody's going to be visiting me. At least that's what my mother says. When you have your nose itch, somebody's going to come visit you. They actually have, they're triangles, and the ruby record keepers have a spiritual significance in sacred geometry. It says that their sacred symbol symbolizes complete unity, harmony, and balance, much like the Holy Trinity. Hey, Brenda. How are you doing? Thank you for joining. So we're talking about record keepers and rubies. Record keepers as it relates to rubies. And number 4 is a traveler. I've been trying to contain that one since the show started, and it just wants to just move on down the road. I'm not sure why. It actually has layers, so maybe that's its point. It's like, you're not going to contain me. I'm off on a journey somewhere. I don't know. But it has literally been, I've been chasing that number 4 on the table since we started. Sold number 4. Yeah, so Michelle, I'm seriously telling you that this guy has layers, but it's been moving throughout the whole show. Maybe it just wanted to make itself known. It certainly did that. Ah, okay, cool. Right. So what I'm going to do then is I'm going to make sure that I put that in a different bag so that you know it's number 4. So you can identify it. And then that way you know that's the one for Mom. Oh, hey, Marianne, you just joined. You've been in the rain. Oh, no. Is that a good one? Is that a good thing, to be out in the rain? Oh, yes. Thank you. Thank you, Brenda. I sure will. Let me see. Yeah. So, oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, sometimes it's fun to be in the rain. I just, for my birthday, I bought myself some rain boots. And I was able to wear them the first time the other day. And I have to say that they weren't as comfortable as what I expected. And it does, so rain can quite, there's 2 aspects to rain, what I think is the physical cleansing, but it does help recharge your frequencies, and that's a really good point. There was a gentleman on there was a documentary we were watching the other day, Wendell and I, that he was struck by lightning, and if he hadn't have been out in the rain, and water was actually running down his arm during that time, and all that happened was that the electricity went through his body. He was saved by the rain, because if that hadn't had that layer of water, um, then the electricity would have killed him. But instead, it kind of ran as a current through the rain, and it gave him a temporary tattoo. You could see the rain, and the lightning. It went down through, like it was like a, what was the lightning strike? So it looked like it was all branched out, and it slowly faded away. But yeah, so the rain is protective, cleansing at the same time. So Brenda, I picked out 15 for you, and I want to show you the the reason I did, and just try to show off its special qualities. So this is why I chose 15. So it has like another ruby growing off the side of it, as well as the record keeper there. So this one's really amazing. It's beautiful. Thank you for allowing me to choose that for you. No, I didn't. I did not, Cole. Thank you. I did not. So I will take that off now. So that has you down for 3, Cole. And let's see. Perfect. I'm just writing this down. Yeah, they were beautiful. And I just have one left, and that's 10. So what I think I'm going to do is just stop the carousel, because there's just one left, and we'll see a lot of blank space. And so I'm just going to come over here, and we're going to just, I think what I'll do is just come over here. How about that? And I'm just going to turn off the carousel, get that turned off, and then yeah, they were beautiful. I'm really happy that I had the opportunity to show them to y'all. So we just have, well, actually we're a little bit later into the time. Oh yes, you can, Kimberly, sure can. Number 10. It's a beauty too. Thank you, Kimberly. So, oh, he keeps talking. Is he a chatterbox? Marion, they were $10. Yeah, and I sold all of them, hon. So I'm so sorry, but yeah, so this is the last one. So this is the chatterbox, Kimberly. Yeah, he has a lot of energy, and that's another thing too about rubies that I may have mentioned, or if I didn't, it is kind of important. Rubies have a lot of energy. They will give you an energy boost. So if you're not ready to get up and moving, I wouldn't consider working with ruby at that moment. You know, put it aside, and then just kind of like, okay, I'll come back to you when I'm prepared for this, because there's passion behind ruby. So when you have passion, it's you're usually not sitting still. You just want to get up and go and accomplish and conquer. So keep that in mind when you're bringing that ruby out and you're wanting to really start working with it. So what I'm going to do is, we're already a little bit late, so I appreciate y'all staying with me and holding on. I normally just schedule the show on Wednesdays for 30 minutes, but sometimes it goes into an hour, and I'm okay with that, and I really hope that y'all are as well, just sticking with me. So what I'm going to do is, I pulled my cards tonight, so Oh yeah, it is. It really is. It's um, the there's certain crystals that you just know have, like carnelian, for example. I know that when I'm working with carnelian, um, if I want to be focused and have movement, then I work with a carnelian. The um, the rubies, they are just the same. They have a lot of they give you a boost of energy, but their energy is a little bit different than carnelian. I expect that ruby for you will have a more focused approach. It'll give you, you know, you'll know exactly the path that you're wanting to take. Okay, cool, cool, cool. So does I'm just going to do a reading, an oracle reading for whoever would be interested. So if there's anyone interested in a reading, I have a few minutes. So if y'all are willing, I am too. So anyone would like to have an oracle reading, let me know. I have my new deck, and I really like it. I'm just, I enjoy the way it feels, actually, quite a bit. Um, okay, so Cindy. All right, so let me see what Cindy has. Let's see what Cindy has. So I'll just take it in order. Okay, so Kimberly's next. So I'm going to do Cindy, and it's just going to be a general reading. I think that that's best, because sometimes you're wanting to have an answer of a question, but Spirit's got its own agenda. It wants to tell you something. So I'm just going to see what Spirit wants to tell Cindy. All right. Okay. Actually, I'm going to turn my camera in the other way, because this one actually works a lot better. All right, so so this is Becoming. So Cindy, no, you're fine, Cole. I'll have time, absolutely. So Cindy, you've been on you've been evolving a little bit recently, and Spirit's telling me that you are you it's giving me an image of a chicken, a little baby chick inside of an egg, and that egg, you're poking at that egg, and I can see cracks in that egg, and Spirit's saying that you need to continue to poke at that egg, let it, you need to break free of what's been holding you back, um, because you are about to burst free of those restrictions that you've been under, and so you are going to be becoming that person that you've been under. You've been almost like giving birth to that person. So you're ready, and Spirit saying, don't stop, keep going, because you are becoming that person that you need to be. So that was for Cindy. I hope that made sense, hon. Um, yeah, but I see that egg. You're just poking away, so keep at it. Right. So Kimberly, let's see what Spirit has to tell Kimberly tonight. Okay, so, and the readings are not, obligated, or you're not obligated in any way. This is, no one's forced. It's only if you have a calling, and then I'll be happy to do that for you. All right, so Kimberly. Oh, wow. Okay, I have to tell you guys, this is adult only readings. So that's one of the reasons I bought these cards, because they're pretty raw in a lot of ways. So please understand that this is the Spirit is telling Kimberly, giving you a message, hon, and it's not crass in any way. What the message, Kimberly, for you is, stop holding yourself back. You have been trying to please too many people that really don't matter in the grand scheme of things. They're not the ones that you should be pleasing. It should be Kimberly and the people that truly love Kimberly. And you know who those are. There's others that are out there that you just need to say, fuck it. You know, I'm not working with you anymore. I'm not dealing with it anymore. You know, I've given you the last chance, my last effort. And, you know, you either like me the way I am or fuck it. So that's what Spirit's telling Kimberly. So I hope no one's offended by that. These are adult cards. They're not for, you know, the under 18 group. So just keep that in mind, guys. So Kimberly, I think that there's been a few people that have been trying your patience lately, and you've been trying to please them, and they're really not the ones that are your loved ones. So they're definitely, you just need to tell them, you know, take me as I am or fuck it. So that's the message from Spirit. Okay, so let's see what Linda has. Let's see what Spirit has to tell Linda. Let's see. Oh, Linda, this is the card that, I mean, it's not the same card, but we had a reading last week, I think, that Spirit's really telling you, you are going to be like a butterfly, and you're transforming. You're going to start really shattering all the beliefs that people had about you as far as your demeanor, your dress. You're going to get really flamboyant. And Spirit's saying it's your time to bloom, hon. And it's saying go for it. So if you haven't already started, I know that Spirit's been encouraging you to do this. It's telling you this is the time. You know, this is the time to get crazy with your dress, your hair, your, you know, the way you, maybe the food you eat, anything that people have been, you know, putting you in a corner and trying to say, you know, oh, Linda wouldn't do that. Oh, Linda, you know, skydiving, you know, anything, you know, the Spirit saying, this is your time. This is your time. Take advantage of it. Do it now. It's your time. That's exciting. All right, so this is for Marianne. So let's see what Spirit has to say for Marianne. Guys, I hope that these readings make sense to you, because I'm getting a lot of information from Spirit. So I hope that it makes sense. All right, so this is for Marianne. They usually always do. If not today, then in the near future. I mean, I haven't had anyone come back and say, oh, that's not me at all. And if they do say that, I'm not going to deny that there's a possibility that I've misread Spirit. But sometimes I would say, are you really open to the message? You know, are you open to the reading that Spirit's trying to communicate to you? Because one of the sessions that I do, crystal readings, is to try and find out where we are the weakest at communicating with Spirit. Because sometimes we're not open. And we think we are, but we're not. Okay, so this is for Marianne. Okay, guys. I shuffled and shuffled and shuffled. I shuffled and shuffled and shuffled. I shuffled and shuffled and shuffled. What are the odds of that? I think we should all go buy the lottery tickets tonight. This is so bizarre. So bizarre. Out of all these cards, I shuffled and shuffled and shuffled, guys. Marianne gets a card that Linda just got. Wow. Okay, so but this card's not, Marianne, this is not for you, actually. It's someone that you are close to that has actually been trying to talk to you about they're wanting to change who they are. And they're kind of intimidated by talking to you about it. They don't know how to start the conversation. So, Marianne, what Spirit's telling me to tell you right now, try to tap into your intuition and look around people that are close to you, and try and pick up on conversations that one person's been trying to open up and have with you, and they keep shutting it down. And it's not, you recognize at some point that there's an awkward pause in their conversation, and you just thought it was kind of, a little bit quirky, and you just put it off, just set it aside and didn't really pay too much attention to it. But what Spirit's telling me to tell you, Marianne, is that this person knows that they can trust you with their outpouring, and it's almost like they are willing to open up to the person that they want to be, and they know that they can trust you with that information. So Spirit's saying that there's somebody close to you that you need to be that person for them. They need to get advice and love from you. So, but that, just to say that 2 people in a row got balloon. And guys, I shuffle, shuffle. So that's, and so cool. It's so cool that Spirit had one card, 2 different messages. Yeah, so okay, so I'm shuffling. Cole, if you get the card of balloon, then I don't know what else to do here. But I am shuffling. I mean, I don't know if can you see my hands? So they are shuffling. So, yeah, they are pretty cards. Yeah, absolutely. The balloon was really pretty. All right, so this one's for Cole. Let's see here. Okay, I don't think it's the same card. So this one is, can you read that? It says restriction. So Cole, somebody's been trying to take advantage of you, and you have an ancestor that stays with you. I mean, not physically, but spiritually. There's an ancestor that is watching over you. And this ancestor right now is telling me that there's someone in your close circle of, I'm not going to say friends, because that's not the right word, people that you come in contact with, not all the time, but just enough for this person to try and test the water to see how vulnerable you are. And your ancestor, and I'm getting the vision of an elderly woman. Her hair is up kind of like in a bun, like a messy bun, gray. Her clothing is kind of loose and not real form-fitting, and she actually has on an apron. So this ancestor is very protective of you, and they're telling me to tell you that you need to put up your guards, because this person is trying really hard to get in a position to where they can take advantage of you, and it's something material. So they're either going to ask you for a loan, or they're going to ask you to co-sign for something, maybe even ask you to trade a piece of jewelry for money. But they're really trying to test the waters with you now, Cole. So your ancestor is saying, put up your guards. Don't let that person take advantage of you. Put the restrictions out there right now. Set the boundaries. Set the boundaries, Cole. Oh, hey, Sherry. I know it. Isn't that cool? It's funny, isn't it? I mean, not funny. It's just, it's so spirit. It's so divine. Um, okay, yeah. All right, Cole. I don't know who I don't know who your ancestor is, but she's small and feisty. So yeah. So if she was alive now, I mean, she would confront that person. She's just that type of person. So she's asking you to be the same. Good night, Kimberly. Thank you, hon. And Michelle, yes, we'll do Michelle's daughter, Leanne. Is that how am I pronouncing it correctly, hon? Okay. Sorry if I'm not. Yeah, I'm not really good with pronunciations. Wendell has to help me. I don't know why. As I get older, I mean, the words just don't come fluently as they should. So, all right. So we're going to do this for Michelle's daughter. Let's see. Let me just make sure I get this one really good. Leilani. Okay. Leilani. Laney. Okay. Laney. Okay. All right. All right. So let's see what we got here. So let's see what Laney. I don't know why spirits just keep telling me to shuffle. It usually tells me when to stop, and it's pretty. It doesn't take this long. Okay. So. All right. All right. So Laney. Okay. Well, Michelle, she needs to talk to somebody. I really think that she's going to need some extra extra help from a professional. Um, she's very emotional right now. Um, she really is not understanding those emotions. I did do a reading for you, Marianne. Yes, ma'am. And yeah, I'll post the videos posted so you can listen to it anytime. So Michelle, Lainey is struggling right now with the her emotions. So it seems like she's really, really happy and then sad, really happy, sad, really happy, sad. And for no real reason. I mean, there's nothing she can put her finger on. And she's struggling right now. And with that struggle, she's afraid. And so her fear is causing her to lash out to people that she loves. And that makes her even sadder. You know, so it's this vicious circle that she finds herself in. She knows that she needs to get help for this, but she's afraid of that too, because it's a huge step. And it's, I'm going to ask you, Michelle, to help her see that there's no harm and no shame in this. The human brain is so fantastic in um, its design that some of us, and I believe that those that have those emotional roller coasters, they are so sensitive to outside influences, and that's other people's energies, and then just what's going on in this world, that it makes their, it's almost like they're short circuiting a lot because it doesn't make sense. And so they don't know how to make sense out of it. And it just, because they can't make sense of it, it doesn't make sense. So it's almost like this hamster wheel that they're on. And so I think people like your daughter, Lainey, they need somebody almost like on the outside, so not so much somebody that they know. Definitely a professional that can help work through this, but it's going to be important that you vet this professional, that Lainey's personality and this person's personality is compatible, because it's going to be very important that she's not, that person doesn't make her feel bad, that this person helps, inch her forward into this area to where she needs to be, that really cherishes this moment of protecting Lainey during this time, because she's fragile right now, and we need to make sure that you find the right person for that, because it can be a turning point for her. But yeah, so just know that if she's being difficult, it's not, yeah, it's not because it's not you. It's not you at all, Michelle. She just doesn't know a way out. Yeah. So, it could be that person. I mean, when you find that connection to another soul, and it's like a soulmate. I mean, I have several soulmates, and I hope to meet more in this lifetime. So it's not, your soulmate isn't always a romantic. It's not your best friend. It's, somebody that you can work with. I mean, it could be a coworker that you mesh. I mean, it's like this. You get each other's jokes. You kind of feel safe. So you need to find that, and heck, interviewing them. I mean, to me, it's, you would interview a plumber, right? So, of course, it's a little bit more intricate and it's a little bit more permanent. But yeah, interview them. I mean, let them know that you're shopping for the right person for your daughter, and you know, Michelle, telling Lainey that too might help her accept that you're trying to do the very best for her. It's not just, let me look in the yellow book, or now the Google book, for the one at the top of the ad. You want to make sure it's the right one for her, because it's we can't do this on our own. Some some sensitive souls just can't do it on their own. And I don't have the tools. If I had a loved one that came to me and was struggling, I don't have the tools to help them. It's not something I was trained to do. I can recognize that I don't have it, and try and get them help, but most of us don't. We don't have the training, and we need to be very, very careful, because the state that some of us are in, Lainey, for an example, it's really, it's fragile, and we want to make sure that they're on solid ground, and that they have the internal tools to get them to the other point, and where the other point in the path that they need to take. So yeah, so just know that this isn't about you, Michelle. I know it's really hard not to take it personally, and not to have internal struggles of your own, but yeah, so you're just going to have to put your ego aside and do what's best for Lainey. Yeah. Thank you for asking to do that tonight. Yeah, that was really good. I know she wasn't on the call with us tonight, so that was a perfect opportunity. Marianne, I mean, so soulmate, just keep in mind, it doesn't need to be romantic. It could be a friend, so don't think that you haven't had a soulmate just because it's not a relationship, a romantic relationship. I've had I have had several soulmates that were not romantic. They were just friends, people that I could trust. That if I called them right now and said, bring a shovel, they would be at my door. That type of, they don't ask questions, they're just there for you. And somebody you can connect to, you would do anything for. You can pick up the phone today if you haven't talked to them in 10 years. and the conversation would just flow. To me, that's a definition of a soulmate. Somebody that there's no restrictions, there's no pretense. Yeah, yeah. So it's just, so I don't think that, I think a lot of people say soulmate, oh, it's my soulmate, and, or I'm a twin flame or something like that. That's not my definition. It goes way beyond sexual. It's, you can't have sex. Your spirit cannot have sex with another spirit. You connect energetically. It doesn't have, there's no form. So yeah, I think you really need to just take a look at your past relationships, Marianne, maybe the current one, and definitely look at for the future. So you just never know when you're going to meet a soulmate. Yeah. And I think that soulmates, they're there for our reincarnations. We actually made, agreements in the past when we began this journey to be for that person at a certain period of their life. That's my definition of a soulmate. Someone that travels here with us. They incarnated, we incarnated. Maybe we ended up in different homes, different paths, but we came together at some point in this lifetime. So yeah, that's another story, another show. So, okay, I've really taken too much of your time, guys. So thank you so much. And thank you. I will get everyone invoiced, if not, probably tomorrow. I've got to get the room settled in and then get ready for our show on Friday. So, Michelle, blessings. It takes a lot of courage, hon. It takes a lot of courage to love someone and go beyond, just the daily providing. So, blessings to you, hon. I really, I'm honored and very proud of you. Thank you, Sherry. Ellen, thanks for hanging on. I appreciate it very much. So y'all have a really good night. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Anytime, Michelle. I really enjoy it. And I know that I'm being called to do this. So I really appreciate you being here tonight, taking the opportunity to ask for a reading, because Spirit takes that as an opportunity, because it doesn't always see the communication channel open. So thank you for that. So guys, have a good night. I'm looking at the comments in here too. So blessings, everyone, and thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And y'all have a wonderful